After the massive 8.2 earthquake that we had on the 12th in the South Mid-Atlantic Trench in the Sandwich Islands, aftershock and very major quakes are still happening to the point where researchers are quickly trying to find out what is going on there. As we know, it's an arc of volcanic islands. This is our major quake that we had on the 12th. Now, before that, we had a foreshock of 7.5, and then we had this one here. But in the meantime, you can see that this was a 7.5 that we had the on the same day, about 10 minutes beforehand. So this is the activity that we have here on the South Sandwich Islands. This one here, I don't know which one that is, but you can see these are populated. They're very small, but they're populated. So these are the volcanic islands that we see here. East Scotia Ridge. And the blue are today's quakes. The red are the past hour. All these belong to the United Kingdom, South Orkney Islands, and these are the Falklands belonging to Argentina. So this is the area of our activity. A tremendous amount of activity because they're all big. This is, well, from what we know, I mean, there are certain areas on our Earth that are very enigmatic. This Drake Passage, it looks like something slammed into our Earth and skidded along this lane here, cutting this landmass, even turning it facing this area here. That's not the only skid mark that we have. Kindly support my Patreon account since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. We have another one around Papua New Guinea. This one here, where is it? Papua New Guinea. We can't see it very well here, but okay, here it is, right here. Here, you see this? Another one there. Another one there. Right there. Again, volcanic islands right there, Papua New Guinea. And we do have scars of things that have taken place in the past. There are many that say even Hudson Bay is formed because of some kind of an impact event. I have to research that. Even this thing here, you can see that's very huge. Then we have this thing here, the asteroid strike right here. You can see that, okay, in Quebec. So there's a lot, and here too, okay. There's a lot of things that have scarred our Earth because of impacts, and this has a lot of activity, which is very, very strange. Let's go to the area right there, as you can see. That skid mark right there, causing fault lines. Another one in the Caribbean, right there. Again, the volcanic islands right there. And another one in Papua New Guinea. The strange thing is that they're all in the same direction. They're all from west to east. Right there. Let's go there, right there. Okay, west to east. And going to the Caribbean. West to east, as you can see. Almost horizontal. And here as well, west to east. You can imagine. I think that who knows, maybe they were around the same type of a celestial event that took place that slammed things into our Earth, causing these indentations and these landmarks here. But anyway, this is what's happening here. And here we have the, they don't usually put an introductory comment here on USGS, but this was such a huge event because it's out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, all of a sudden we have this tremendous amount of activity there. Now let's remember that Antarctica has about 100 volcanoes. And there are, some have said, I've made videos in the past concerning something that could be a Yellowstone-sized supervolcano as well. But also the fact that Antarctica, wait, same thing on they don't have it split up. But anyway, let's go a little bit more in. Okay. The fact that the west part of it is has active volcanoes underneath the ice sheets, and that could be causing melt as well. Now, here what they say here. Seismic observations suggest this earthquake is part of a complex seismic sequence. Our current interpretation is that this earthquake is the main shock to 7.5 that they had on the same day 10 minutes beforehand, that occurred 170 seconds earlier. Now, the location, depth, mechanism, and magnitude of this earthquake is preliminary and less well constrained than typical events of this size due to the interference from the preceding 7.5 foreshock. Research is being conducted on this sequence to better understand the faulting geometry and details of the rupture. This analysis will take time, and understanding will likely evolve. This page will be updated as we learn more about these interesting events. No kidding. No kidding. Now, tectonic summary, August 12th, 8.1 magnitude. Let's remember that a few days before we had the 8.2 in Alaska. Let's go back. Up here. Where is it? Can we see it? Okay. Anyway, somewhere around there. Okay. Somewhere under this, and we can see even today we have enormous activity there. It's one of these down there. That's not it, but anyway, around the same time. So a tremendous amount of activity with 7 earthquakes, 7.5 earthquakes, 8.2, 8.1, and the scientists have told us that earthquakes beget earthquakes. Sometimes they're on the other side of the planet. In this case, you know, the 8 point something is big enough to shake things on the Earth, the tectonic plates, as if you're shaking the pieces of a puzzle board. And who knows, maybe that was also ricocheting this area here. But of course, that is right on the fault line right there, of the Sandwich Islands. Again, the fault lines there, the Caribbean, and again, Papua New Guinea right there, as we can see. Those are volcanic islands as well. Strange scars, all from west to east, all horizontal, as you can see. But anyway, let's go with this again, what they say. The focal mechanism solution indicates slip occurred on either a steeply dipping fault dipping to the northwest or a shallowly dipping plain dipping to the southwest. Note that in this location, the subduction zone interface dips to the west. The earthquake occurred 3 minutes following the 7.5 foreshock that was located at a depth of 63 kilometers and 90 kilometers to the north at the location of the 8.1 earthquake. So basically, we should call this an earthquake swarm. This is an earthquake swarm because it's the same location and all over the Sandwich Islands. Something is going on there, obviously. Just like what we have in Alaska. That's not finished either. So, the South American plate subducts westward beneath the Scotia plate and South Sandwich microplate. And the South American plate subducts at a fast rate of 71 millimeters a year to the South Sandwich microplate. The depth and the mechanism of the event consistent with the earthquake rupturing within the subduction South American plate. While commonly plotted as points on maps, earthquakes of this size are more appropriately described as slip over a larger fault area. Events of this size, August 12, 8.1 earthquake, are typically about 150 kilometers by 75 kilometers in size, length, and width. Over the previous century, 8 other magnitude 7 earthquakes, including the 7.5 foreshock, occurred within 250 kilometers of this August 21st, 2021 8.1 magnitude earthquake. And the largest of these previous earthquakes was 8.1 in May 64. 7+ earthquakes in the southern South Sandwich Islands region have historically occurred at intermediate depths. but the largest earthquake in the region was a shallow 8.1, June 27, 1929, and it was about 450 kilometers northwest of this earthquake that we're talking about, 8.1, along the northern boundary of the Scotia Plate with the South American Plate. None of these earthquakes are known to have caused fatalities, likely because of their remote location far from populated centers that might be vulnerable to earthquake shaking. In the 24 hours following the 8.1 magnitude main shock, the USGS located 61 aftershocks of 4.1 magnitude or greater. The aftershock sequence during this time frame includes 3 aftershocks larger than 6 magnitude, magnitude 6, 6.2, and 6.3. The aftershock span a trench parallel distance of 470 kilometers, stretching from the 7.5 foreshock southward to the triple junction between South America, South Sandwich, and Antarctica plates. These aftershocks span a depth of 10 to 76 kilometers, with most events with estimated depths occurring 50 to 65 kilometers depth. Preliminary locations for the subset of aftershocks are located east of the trench, indicating the potential presence of outer rise earthquakes, which occur as a result of the downward flex of the subducting slab. Okay, this is their theory on this. A little while after the 8.1 in Alaska, and a lot of 7 point something. This past week or two, we've seen a lot of massive earthquakes around the Ring of Fire, and this one here. And as we know, this is the Earth is growing at the rate of a human fingernail every year. But it's not just that we have activity in the Pacific Plate area, where we have extension, but also the Mid-Atlantic Trench. The Earth is, that's magma underneath all this. Okay, so please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.